Craig Sullivan, holy cow, so great to see you. Missed you last week when I was in a tryptophan coma.
Yes, absolutely. Missed you too. Everything good?
I don't know. I'm confused. I'm in Las Vegas again. I've been here all weekend. I've been running. I'm completely lost track of time. I don't know what's going on. What time is it, Craig?
Well, I think, but before we answer that, we want to know what state you are declaring your residency in, Nevada or New York?
No, Euphoria. That's my
Hey, with that said, it's time for an audit, brother.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the one and only Friday Night Audit. I thought I was going to be doing the show here alone. I'm Glenn Hausman. That's Craig Sullivan. And you're watching the only show where two guys will make you feel so much better about your life, where you're going to go, thank God I'm not them. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, brother. So now that you're adjusted to West Coast time, we got to ask you the question.
Yes.
It's on the tip of everybody's tongues. The conversation for the nation is, are you a vampire or are you a werewolf?
I like to consider myself a retired football player.
They never took a shot to the head.
That
they don't get tickers.
I'm saying here at Resorts World, so we'll talk about taking shots to the head. They have it must be 10, 12 feet high statue of Mike Tyson in his prime downstairs in the retail area. It's really freaking cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. So, Craig, listen, I got a lot to share about what I've been up to in Vegas, but I don't think I should be doing it alone. We've got a great guest today, don't we, Craig?
We do. We've got Mr. Charlie Aiken joining us from
Welcome, Charlie. So great to see you.
Yeah, good to be here. Thanks for the invite, you guys.
Yeah, so today I'm coming at you guys from the Alley Lounge at the 66th floor here at the incredible Resorts World Las Vegas, one of the best resorts on the Strip. And I'll tell you, this lounge is super cool, guys, because the way I'm looking right now, I see all of downtown. I see the incredible Fountain Blue coming into shape. I see the Stratosphere. I see the Circa, the newest part of the downtown Las Vegas scene. From the other side of the building, you can see the entire Las Vegas Strip. And I've been lucky enough to be on the 61st floor while I'm here and having that incredible view every single night. What a great place this is.
Absolutely. Now, is Fountain Blue going to remain Fountain Blue, or is it getting a new name?
Well, there's a giant FB on the building, and in the convention center area, it says Fountain Blue going across the entire thing. Dude,
I guess that answers it.
I got to tell you, listen, Charlie, I'm such a Las Vegas geek over here. And, you know, this building has been under construction since like 2008 and it stopped in like 2009. It might have started in 2007, I think. And it's the first time I'm looking at that building and all the windows are in place in like 15 years. It's so great. It's so great to see. Yeah.
I actually lived in Vegas for about 8 months, and I believe
that's why you live in Canada.
Around 2008, I remember that building with no windows in it. Actually,
yeah. So it's coming together, and you know, Charlie, this is such a great town. But one thing in common is Canadians and Americans both like drinking. So I'm going to have to ask you. That's right, Charlie. It's cocktail time. Time for you to share what drink you have, and we'll go around the room.
I am drinking Elysium Immortal IPA out of Seattle, Washington. One of my favorite microbreweries, although they're technically not micro anymore because they got bought out by the big guys here just this last year. But until then, they were this amazing brewery out of Seattle, Washington, which is, of course, our neighbors, literally an hour away.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Craig, what are you drinking today? Let me guess. Corona Light.
You got it. You got it. I'm nothing but consistent, you know.
Yeah, today I'm drinking a European style cider from Stella Artois. I never heard of this before, so it's fun to try out something new.
Is it really?
No, it really is fun to try something new.
Not outsiders fell into the beverage.
Not commenting on the experience of actually trying something new, but it is for fun to try something new. So I'll tell you what, it's really cool over here. And Charlie, how do you guys know each other, and how were you involved in the hospitality industry?
So years ago, I met Greg through the Patel brothers. Obviously, I had
no
Patel brothers
in the hotel business.
Well, specifically, there was 4 of them, but or 6, I think. But I owned a company called Access Industries, and we were doing. In fact, we were big in Vegas. We were doing basically back of the house electronics.
Was that a AXXESS or something?
That's correct.
Yes, I do know that company. Yeah,
that's they owe you money.
They do. Myself and at the time my business partner Joe Huber, who owns Prestige Inns, were the founders of that company. And
cool.
Yeah. So, anyways, we spent a lot of time in Vegas doing a lot of stuff up in Vegas, as well as California, Florida, all over. And so, in that time, I actually met Craig. We were actually out in Ontario, California, specifically where I met him. He pulls up, and I believe it was a Volvo convertible hot rod of some kind. I remember he had a fucking sexy car. Oh, sorry, was I?
You're allowed. It's Friday Night Audit.
I'm fucking cursing on the.
And we went for a cup of coffee as we were in the lobby of this place, and we hit it off. You know, that instant brotherhood, as they say. Yeah,
we had to find a Starbucks on the other side of Ontario.
Correct. That's exactly what it was. And this is around year 2000. So it's 22 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
In 2000, I was in 8th grade.
Hey, David, come back in here. That's for you.
I gotta poison this show with that nonsense.
Hey, right there, David.
California only.
Yeah.
Oh, I got
it.
I
know.
That
I know where Craig got his lunch today.
Is that somebody?
That was me. I thought I shut my phone off, but apparently I've done something. Oh, I know why. It's coming through my computer. That's why. Sorry.
There you go.
I have to.
It's all right. I just feel badly for you that you're so insecure that you needed to send these calls for people to, make you feel good.
Well, actually, that was one of the Patel guys that we met through. Craig,
I know his cousin.
So as Craig eats his hamburger, I just want to show you guys. I know exactly where he went, which location he went to the drive-thru to get his spectacular food.
Nice, a dumpster.
Secret sauce. What can I say?
Yeah, I love that you're eating on air, and I've been busy all day today. I haven't had a chance to have a proper meal. I grabbed a couple of pieces of beef jerky over there, so this is really cruel of you, there, Craig.
Well, listen, there's nothing better than eating on air. So, as you just saw, I have dead air. So if I didn't jump in there, you've been just watching him chew a burger.
Yeah.
So, Charlie, what are you doing these days?
Are you talking to me or to
Charlie? Yeah, we don't care about Dave.
Well, we know what David's doing. Nothing.
Yeah. He's trying to stay warm.
So we sold our pub here about a year ago. So we were doing that for about 8 years. And currently I am doing whatever the hell I want to do. In fact, my favorite answer is, everybody asks me this question, is, how's it going? What's it like? I say, every day is a Saturday right now. Every day is a Saturday. I do what I want to do when I want to do it. And I half jokingly say this, but it's partially true because I think you guys agree with me. That's how I feel about you. Every day is a Saturday in your life.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've been working really hard here all week. Yeah.
But I think every day is a Thursday for Russian Hat Day, Dave.
Yeah, it's kind of chilly out here today. So, I wore my hat to work.
What is the temperature in New York? It's got to be freaking freezing.
Right now, it's about a balmy 41.
Ouch.
This morning when I was walking over to work, it was a stellar 29.
Holy crap.
Nice frigid wind on top of that. So, it wasn't great. But, hey, listen, I do have my Russian hat, and if they're not good at anything else, they're definitely good at keeping warm. Because check out the temperature in Moscow right now.
Wow.
So yeah,
10 degrees.
10
know,
degrees.
I'm taking their lead. And what was cool here is you look here on this. I bought this during the pandemic, and if you look here, they have these clips. That's actually for a mask. During the pandemic, you had the mask, but it comes with a nice thick layered mask. So when I'm walking in the 2-degree weather, the mask covers my face, and I'm actually really.
You're good, yeah.
And Durain says, "Is it her, or do I look like the underdog cartoon guy?" So now I'm going to
Google. Good.
Yeah.
I'm going to Google underdog cartoon guy. I'm assuming we're talking about the actual character.
Underdog.
And let's compare. I can see it. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm in.
All right.
All right. I got one for you, Dave. All right. You look like the male lead singer from the band Krungbin.
I don't know who that is.
It doesn't matter who it is, but look, he looks just like you.
He does. He looks just like me. I think that if I had this nice flat cut right here, absolutely.
Yeah.
Listen, the cool thing is I just am warm. I love the warm weather. Nikki says it's 50 degrees in Northern California. Glenn, you said it was pretty cold out in Vegas last night during the nighttime. Of course,
it was. Last night it was freezing. Right now it's like 60, and today was beautiful. I was outside for a little bit earlier today, but it's going to get chilly again this evening.
Did you bring winter clothes?
No, I just have my hoodie.
Honestly, if I was going to Vegas, I wouldn't pack for cold weather. So.
Yeah,
you can get away with it.
Find something at the airport that's 5 times the amount. So
yeah, true.
I found out recently that I didn't know. I'm sure you guys knew this.
What's that, Dave?
That McCarran changed his name.
Yeah, to Harry Reid Airport now, but people haven't updated their signage.
Right.
Places. Yeah.
Because I said McCarran to somebody like last week, and they're like, "Oh no, that thing changed like 3 years ago."
No, it was only changed like 6 months ago.
Yeah, it was. It was recently.
Yeah, it was pretty recently. So, you got to give everybody a couple of few years on an airport name change,
Hey, listen, they changed the Tappan Zee Bridge to however many years ago, and no one calls it anything else besides that. So
same thing. The so-called Mario Cuomo Bridge and the interborough highways now Jackie Robinson. The 59th Street Bridge is now named after Ed Koch, and the Triborough Bridge is now the JFK Jr. No, not RFK. Yeah.
And just because they want to, it's
very difficult, Charlie, to keep track of all these name changes.
Yeah, and just because they want to, they just want to change the name for the sake of keeping government.
I think it's more like somebody's got a guy that makes signs, and they need to get an order in.
Bring up a picture of the sign of your street where you collide with technology.
Yeah, for sure. So, Charlie, I don't know if you celebrate Christmas up there in Canada, but here down in Nevada, they're getting into it right now. And here at Resorts World, they've got a really cool suite here. They partnered with Hallmark to create three different Hallmark Christmas suites. So you can stay here and stay in a room that's fully festooned with all Christmas stuff, with the tree and presents and all sorts of things, with the idea that you would go there and have hot cocoa and watch all of those Hallmark movies that are that the women in our lives make us watch in holiday season.
Right.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
My wife would love that. She's big into Christmas. She goes nuts on decorations. In fact, the only reason you don't see any in the room right now is because we're leaving in 2.5 weeks. So for 2 months. Otherwise, normally this house is looking like probably one of those Hallmark suites.
Hey, listen, and my house is totally not set up for Christmas at all, mostly because I'm Jewish, but what do you do? But I do love the Christmas holiday. The other cool thing they have here is they have something called Enchant, and they have the world's largest Christmas maze, and there's over 4 million lights out there and all sorts of different Christmassy shapes. I think there's a 100+ foot tall light Christmas tree out there. It looks absolutely incredible, and ice skating rink, which I will not be going on because I will be in the hospital, and I don't really want to. I don't really want to see the medical center here. Yes.
Wow, there it is.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
Dave's right on top of it.
Right.
That's pretty cool, Dave. That's really awesome.
Is it also floating in space like this picture shows?
Yeah.
It depends on what time of the evening it is.
Yeah.
So, question for you guys, because Charlie, you live in Canada?
BC. Yeah.
Okay.
Beautiful British Columbia.
Craig, you live in Southern Cal, obviously.
Yeah.
Glenn, you're out here whenever you're actually at your home. So,
I will be on Sunday for a little while.
For anybody, and this is a good question for the viewers as well. Do you guys feel like it's the true Christmas season if you live in a climate that is not cold enough for it to snow? Some people say they refuse to live in an environment during the holidays where it's not at least like 30 degrees and snowing. Obviously, that checks off Florida, usually Texas.
Yeah, but California, Craig is never had a white Christmas. What is that? How do you feel then, man?
I wouldn't know what to do with a white Christmas. I mean, I have obviously been back in the.
Oh wait, you were alive in the 80s. I'm sure there was a lot of white Christmases.
Well, that's a whole other conversation. Yeah. Yeah. And I think the statute of limitations is up on all that. But I really have no desire to be in the snow for Christmas.
Have you seen snow before?
I have, and I've actually played
in a Hallmark movie,
but I didn't like it, and it wasn't movie snow where it was plastic shavings falling from the ceiling of a soundstage. But my ideal New Year's, other than our New Year's show or extravaganza coming up, would be Honolulu, New Year's Eve, white dinner jacket, date, sitting on the beach in a tux and watching the fireworks go off at midnight. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Nice. That's very picturesque. But right. I just have to tell you, in case you've forgotten, you guys do have a ski hill in California, Southern California.
Yes.
Yes.
I believe it's called Bear Mountain, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. But I don't go there.
It's like an hour and a half drive, isn't it?
I live at the beach. I like sand and surf.
I'm with you.
I like some of those animals we pull out of that surf to eat, like lobster. Okay.
I'm with you.
Nothing to do with snow and snow angels. Not my bag.
What's Save the Boats all about? Just out of curiosity.
Pardon me?
Save the Boats on your picture.
Oh, Save the Boats. That's about saving all the boats at Disneyland and Disney World and all the other theme parks that Bob Shitbag wanted to pull out during It's a Small World into a walkthrough. Save the Boats. Hashtag Save the Boats.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it would never be the same walking through that. I agree.
No, it's ridiculous. It's got to be the most colossally dumb idea I've ever heard of. The whole point of it is that's one of the points of that is that was the first ever type of ride like that.
Right. Exactly.
It's stupid.
I remember that from even when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's one thing that's actually older than all of us and Baby Dave.
Yeah.
So that's
well, almost all of us.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's right.
Oh wait, I can't find my sad trumpet.
Oh,
yeah. I got my soundboard behind me and I'm not able to hit the right buttons today. But speaking about hitting the right buttons, check this segue out. Las Vegas has really been doing that for sure. Charlie, when did you live here? What era was that?
Probably around 2008. I think I lived in it might have even been 2007 now that I think about it, because I remember the Fontainebleau being built while I was there and then stopped.
Imperial Palace was still there.
Yeah, that's right. Imperial Palace was, and there was, the new city center, I think they call it now, right?
It was city center. Now it's just more like Aria,
okay.
Yeah.
That was also being finished off while I was there too. So yeah, somewhere around 2007, I was there till 2008, and then I moved to Southern Cal after that. So yeah.
Smart move.
Oh, it was beautiful. I loved it. So we just had so much business in Vegas at the time. I had to stick around there live there for a while, and then moved out to California. So, which is where my heart lies, to be honest. So.
There you go.
Yeah.
Something about that California beach,
Yeah, there's something about it. So That was a good time. I had a really good time.
Absolutely.
Spent a year in Santa Barbara and then moved up to close to where Craig lives. So I was just up the hill from him, actually.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. So when you were in Vegas, what was your favorite thing to do here when you actually did stuff here? Because I know when you live in Vegas, you don't really do stuff here.
No, and that's true. It's funny, you go to Henderson or Somerville or so. One of my favorite Starbucks is because I'm a coffee guy as well as a beer guy. Is actually up in Summerhill. There we go. Jeepers. And it was interesting because that's where you'd actually meet the locals and a lot of the local people that were doing the shows, not Celine Dion specifically, but you'd meet a lot of the celebrities that were actually, because they'd hang out up there because that was kind of more the where all the locals lived. And it's actually where I lived too.
Yes. Celine Dion had or has a house at Lake Las Vegas. That whole development kind of fell apart. That was also of that mid 2000s boom that they built that out there.
Correct. I actually went to look at buying a place out there, and I got out there to look at the property, and it was in shambles. And that was probably around that 27, 28 area.
It's really a sad story because they really tried to move the gravity of stuff out there, and they thought they'd get a lot of meetings. They had a couple of casinos over there, and then none of it was able to successfully come together in a meaningful way because you can't compete against these massive multi-billion-dollar buildings and the amenities that they offer. The only one, Charlie, that ever came close to me off strip is Red Rock.
That's true.
Because that is really like a strip-based resort off the strip.
There was another one just down the road from same street as the Red Rock. The two towers. I'm trying to remember what it was called. They put a lot of pools off the penthouses up top.
The Palms.
The Palms. That was another one that was also.
That's where I used to stay all the time when the Malou family owned it.
Yeah, that's right.
That was fun. That was
fun. I used to hang out there actually because there was so much to do.
They just had so much development. Yeah, they added that second tower to the hotel, and then they added the condos that just destroyed it. And they also had their loan on the Sacramento Kings all coming due at the same time.
And to add more to the challenges that were faced was they had those amazing nightclubs, and the whole thing was built around it. But those nightclubs ran out of runway, and they were the first one. For people who don't know, Palms was the first ones to really create the modern nightclub experience that is at every resort here in town. So for a few years, it was the only place. Then everybody caught on, and then everybody was doing well for a while. And then, nightclubs and everything here in Las Vegas ages out, and those things just became stale and old. And in conjunction with all those other things, the whole resort just kind of came undone there.
Yeah, it's too bad. I remember that nightclub quite well, having spent some time in it. So.
They had the Playboy Club over there for a number of years.
That's right.
There's that Nine Steakhouse, all of that.
They had a theater in there. They had a whole bunch of stuff. Like it wasn't. It was probably one of the best entertainment hotels I think in Vegas at the time. If you're a local, because you're right, you typically stayed away from the Strip. So.
Yes, because it was easy in, easy out compared to coming to one of the traditional resorts.
The other thing I remember that I loved.
We did, Durain. We had some really great times at the Palms.
Yeah,
we did.
Tell us one that'll make everyone uncomfortable.
We were probably in the Playboy Club or the other one up on top of the original building, one of the two.
Ghost Bar.
Ghost Bar, that's it. Yeah, that's right, the Ghost Bar.
So Dave, Ghost Bar is
I think Durain and I got suckered in by Drew Hardy to drink Red Bull and vodka. And it was just like the whole thing went south shortly thereafter.
Yeah. So the cool thing with Ghost Bar is it was all the way up at the top of the building, and it was it was like the tallest structure at that time in this whole area. Now, like Fontainebleau and these, Palazzo and stuff are of equal height. But at that time, they had they still have it. They had a bar coming out of it. So you could go out onto an observation deck, and then they had this area that was glass, and you could look straight down, the 50, 60 stories or whatever it was.
I've been there.
Have you?
Are you old enough?
Yeah, I thought they closed when you were in like 9th grade.
Unless this is a different one. I've been to the.
That was good. That was good.
I've been to the Palms. One and only time I've been in Vegas.
Yeah.
And one of the nights we were out there. We did go to the Palm. We were staying at MGM, but we went to the Palms. And we shuffled back and forth between the two towers. They both had rooftop spaces. And if it wasn't called Ghost Bar, it was at least this exact same thing, whatever they called it at the time. I don't even know what it's called, to be honest with you.
Yeah, there's definitely been name changes, and I'm not even sure if anyone out there knows. Did they reopen yet, or is that still forthcoming? I'm not.
I haven't heard a thing about that. So
according to KTNV, an article that was written in April 5th, 2022, Palms must open its doors April 27th of this year. So obviously a while back.
I guess it's open.
That actually happened. I don't know, but that's
that Pearl Theater
Google search shows.
What's that, Dave?
That's what a quick Google search shows. So
cool. Yeah.
Who owns them? MGM?
No, it's not owned by any of the big guys.
Okay.
I'm forgetting who's owning it right now.
San Manuel Band of Mission Indians.
Yeah, there you go.
Which is a federally recognized tribe of Serrano people in California.
Mm-hmm.
The sale was for $650 million in cash. It sounds like a great deal.
Yeah. So, Charlie, I went to go say goodbye to the Mirage, which, of course, is the first major mega resort in this town of the modern era, opened in 1989 or 1988 or something like that. It's 34 years old now, and it was that was going to be its last anniversary because, of course, it's going to be closed down, be redeveloped. The main structure is going to stay there to be a Hard Rock. They're going to add a new giant guitar hotel. So I had a lot of mixed feelings because Mirage has always been the center of Las Vegas for as far as I've been, legally allowed to drink and enjoy myself in Las Vegas. So I was weird saying goodbye to that particular one because the other ones that have gone, I didn't have as much of a connection. Now,
is the Volcano staying, or are they going to replace that?
So I heard a little scuttlebutt on the Volcano while I was here. The plan is that is going to go away, and that is where they're going to build that massive guitar-shaped hotel.
Really?
Right there in that volcano.
I heard the same thing. The volcano was going.
There's a petition that's out there to declare it a historic landmark and make sure that they can't change it. And of course, the irony is it's not. They already changed it. They changed it like 15, 13 years ago or something like that. They redid the entire thing and upgraded it. So it's not even the original.
That's like when Yankee Stadium closed in 2009 or 2008 was the last.
That is a lot more historic than the Mirage.
No. But the point being is that they were saying that this is the place where Babe Ruth played and Gary played and blah blah blah. But the renovations in the 70s changed everything. So really, it was a 30-year-old stadium.
Right. Yeah, because what they basically gutted the whole thing, right, and rebuilt it, kind of a deal. Yeah.
Back when I was in my late teens, early 20s, we used to go down to Vegas all the time for New Year's because they used to implode the hotels back in those days. And the last one, I believe, was the Hacienda.
Right.
Is the one that I went to for the big New Year's Eve party to watch it explode.
And I'm waiting for them to bring back the nuclear tests.
Lorraine says her daughter and her saw the Beatles show Love twice this year since they were afraid they would close the show and the Mirage.
You should be afraid. It's going to stay around for one more year and then it's gone. The people who work on the show have already been notified that that's what's happening.
Interesting.
Yeah,
that's one thing about Vegas too. Is some great entertainment. I used to love the Hard Rock, of course. I mean, Three Dog Night. I mean, some of these older, my classic rock, and of course your guys's. Because I have no idea how old Dave is, but based on what you guys are saying,
he's 12.
He's not old enough to know any of these bands. Yeah. But there were some great classic rocks that would show up, especially the Hard Rock, or right across the street, which is the University, their big stadium, right?
Thomas and Mack.
Yeah,
right. So
Dave is actually a big Love and Spoonfuls fan.
I love a good spoonful of food.
There you go. Well, that or breakfast cereal, one of the two. One of the two.
So Vegas, it's very interesting Vegas to me right now because I've only been there once, as I said. I went there when I was 25-ish, I want to say.
Yes,
last week.
something like that.
So, a while ago, didn't know what I was doing, right? So we all were there just trying to do as much as we could in the short amount of time we had. And this is when my dumb friend booked us to leave Saturday night for a Sunday, 12:50 a.m. flight. And I want to go back because it's Vegas, and I want to see it again as an adult and appreciate it. And I certainly love casinos and enjoying gaming and things like that we talk about in the show, but I just don't know if I would go and enjoy the price point for everything you have to do out there. Well, you could do most of that stuff out here now. And I get the allure. I get the allure of Vegas.
It's not.
Certainly the shows are different out there.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
And the other thing is, based on the hat you're wearing, Dave, you'd actually lie by the pool and have some sunshine.
Yeah.
What's the difference between sitting at a casino table in the Catskills or in
It's not the sitting at the casino table part. It's the overall excitement and the energy and the pulse that's going on.
I agree with that's different. That's a different vibe, right? But that's what I have to figure out for myself is like, do I even? I'm an old man now. I'm a 35-year-old old man.
Oh,
I don't have the energy.
Oh my
cranky old man wearing the hat just wants to go play some freaking poker.
Oh my God. Where's
Dave
the right
looks
sound
like
effect for
Three
that?
Dog Night with him. What is Three Dog Night? Fill me in, people.
So they're one of the bands that played at the Hard Rock back in the day when I lived there. In fact, they played a handful of times. Three Dog Night has got a bunch of hits. Of course, they're probably 70s, I'm going to guess, right?
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
They're around 70, so you wouldn't even know who they were unless you heard that in your parents' place. So, but they
Jeremiah's a Bullfrog.
Jeremiah's a Bullfrog, huge hit. One is The Loneliest Number.
One is the loneliest number. Dave doesn't know any of this. He's just registered.
Never Been to Spain is my favorite, just to be clear.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good
Never
one.
Been to Spain.
Absolutely.
And they mentioned Vegas in that song, by the way.
Yeah, they did.
Heading out to Vegas, but only made it to Needles.
That's a shame.
Well, based on how much this guy, my employer pays me, I could maybe make it to Reno.
Maybe.
Close.
Dave, I got a guy.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Listen, you got a guy. You're set. You're dialed in.
Yeah, you know what I love about Vegas here is just there's so much to do in all different price points, and no matter what it is, it's so much fun. Like I had this great experience the other night where I went to at Wynn Las Vegas. They built a new supper club called the Lilas over there. It is one of the most gorgeous rooms I ever saw. It looks like it came right out of the Gilded era, Craig. It is phenomenal. The performances were great. The food was absolutely terrific. And I had an absolutely amazing, wonderful, incredible time. The cocktails, the specialty cocktails there were incredible. Like they are over here at Alley. You guys got to come here and try out these cocktails. But then last night I went across the street to Tacos El Gordo. And I got to tell you, I was equally happy.
Yeah,
because it was real authentic tacos out of Tijuana, and they opened up a location here. So, that's what I love. You can spend $12, you can spend $500, and
you still have that all-you-can-eat sushi place that was kind of right over where M&M.
They do. They do. There's a couple of those. I'm sure it's a little bit more expensive these days, though. There's an all-you-can-eat Korean barbecue right across the street from here as well. But Charlie, I'm sure you because you're up in Canada for so while, Resorts World, you haven't been here. It's absolutely beautiful. And one of the things that they're trying to do is instead of having those buffets, they're going in a different direction. They created a food hall here, but instead of it just being your regular food hall, they went around the world and they tried to find some of the coolest street food that they could in places like Singapore, et cetera, and then brought those things.
Friday, Michelle.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Is American Diner still in New York? Because man, that was some good.
Yes.
I really enjoyed my
yes,
diner.
it is. And I ate there last month when I was in town. As a matter of fact,
it's one of the. I mean, obviously Northern Jersey and New York area are known for diners, but man, American Diner in New York, one of the best diners I've ever been to. I went there like 4 times when I was out there for 4 days.
Yeah. And the good thing was it's at a more affordable price point. Although I'm a big sucker for Hash House of Go-Go.
There you go. That was fun when we went there. Now, speaking of that street food, that's one of the things that the LA Football Club did at the Bank California Stadium. They brought in all these mom and pop restaurant vendors on the main concourse, and they took brand new containers and reworked the insides and cut out walls so that they had an opening, and you got a taste of Los Angeles, and there was all types of different food on the main concourse at the bank, and it just turned out great. So much fun.
Cool. Speaking of that, Vegas has that too. At the old part, they took all those seat cans and made a village out of it, right?
Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
That's been about 5-6 years since we were last there. We were there for a liquor show, actually.
Yeah, the area you're calling is called Container Park.
That's it.
Yeah,
yeah
that's pretty cool. And out front, they've got a giant sculpture of I don't know, like some sort of grasshopper type of a thing that breathes fire. It's really cool.
David will have that up in just a second.
Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. What?
Grasshopper that breathes fire.
Oh, too bad you didn't hear. We were just talking about what a great producer you are.
We find that now.
All right, guys. It doesn't breathe. See, this is why I can't trust you guys. It
doesn't breathe fire.
It shoots it out of its antennas.
Oh, sorry.
All right. Okay.
Sorry. I didn't mean to steer everybody. I knew there was some sort of fire element.
No, people come to the show for the facts and the truth.
I know.
And you are just not holding that promise.
We have a high standard, a high bar to clear here.
Our reporting standards are second to none.
It's good that we have a fact checker.
I know. Thank you, Dave.
Always have to have a fact checker.
Yeah, right.
So, Charlie, it's like 23 below up there. You got snow all over the place.
No, we're not that cold. We're not as cold as New York. We're up in the we're probably around 55-ish. So if I was to guess,
well, how do you get the hell off that island and get into Vancouver?
So number of ways, but the most common is, of course, they have a ferry that looks more like a cruise ship. That's the fastest route. And you can go to Vancouver, you can go to Seattle. Like, you're not stuck going to one specific place. There's actually a few of these that take off to different.
What's
directions.
it like going through customs and all of that coming into Seattle?
I mean, we've done it lots and never had an issue, and that's even with the rap sheet I have. So the hardest part, believe it or not, is
back into Canada yet.
I learned this lesson a long time ago. Because I'm in a rock band, right? And
so when you said rap sheet, you were an MC or something.
Yeah, no. Rap sheet, because the stories that he's not telling you about, I could tell you about, but especially the Vegas ones. But the thing I learned is, like, you can't take your guitar with you. You got to ship your guitar in front of you. So as long as you're not bringing stuff that they suddenly suspect that you're going to make money off of, you can sail through. And there's even this super fast pass you can go. So it's a pre-screening you have to do once. And once you're pre-screened, you don't even go through the regular lineup. You go around and you're.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
Glenn, you need the pre-screen sort of your next trip to Canada.
It's called Nexus.
Let you back in.
Oh, yes, I've heard that. But I don't think. Oh, yeah, I think that is available to Americans.
Yeah, it is. It goes both ways. I don't know if it's anywhere else, but it is definitely on the West Coast borders. The Nexus. Yeah, and that's pretty. I mean, obviously you have to pay for it. It's for the people that want to spend a few extra bucks. But you know what?
Time is worth it if you're coming in frequently.
Time is money. So
but Rain has Nexus. She's saying that's cool.
Yeah,
that makes sense because she's down.
You guys hear about this? I don't know if it's true or not, because I saw it on one of those.
Well, you better figure that out, because you just talked about how we're focused on facts here.
Yeah. So it's apparently a top of Maine. There's a row of houses that sit on a street that is in Canada. But
Canadian.
There's that little. There's that also a little piece on the Great Lakes. There's
the
one
homes are in America. So the houses in America, but the driveways and the access road are in Canada, and they have to kind of go back and forth.
They've got one of those out here on the West Coast too.
Yeah. Their whole little town and stuff like that, right?
Where with Mexico? Like, so the houses are
no, with Canada and the United States. And there's like you're just supposed to like sign a list or something like that when you go in and out, because you've like literally, if you go into the grocery store, you have to go to Canada from your house in America.
Yeah, they have that in Vancouver too, because Point Roberts, it's called.
Yes, that's it.
Actually, on its own, surrounded by Canada.
Yeah.
Somebody was drunk when they were putting the line through. So
yeah, it was also I think it was an issue during the pandemic as well.
Probably because if you were working in Seattle, you had to come out, go into Vancouver basically, and then go right back out into Bellingham. And I could see it being a nightmare for those people in the pandemic because you weren't allowed to cross the border in the pandemic days.
Nope.
So
nope. Hey, I'm glad you got rid of that CAN app. Thank you for that.
Yeah. That's gone now, by the way, just so you know. Thank God. So.
I had to go to Canada when that was happening, and I love Canada. I was in Alberta, but that app was just like I was stressed out. And then you need like 47 tests taking 12 minutes apart. It was like nuts.
It was nuts. Speaking of what is your personal thoughts on our government head, Mr. Trudeau?
I mean,
that was his baby.
He seems all right, but honestly, Americans don't really think about what's going on up in Canada.
No, they don't. It's the other way around. Here, we watch.
I think we were all pulling for him to nail the former president's wife. I think that's
right. I mean, he does have good hair.
Well, if you guys didn't know, President Trump did recently announced he was running for president in 2024, and he has not announced his running mate. But I have some inside information, which is going to make Glenn automatically vote for them on that ticket.
Great!
Breaking news right here on Friday Night Audit: President Trump
isn't West your new
President Trump has announced
Wait a minute.
His running mate is going to be. So wait, Craig, what am I waiting for?
Yeah. So if you're going to talk about him, you need to get the title right. Okay. It is the twice disgraced, twice impeached, former 45th president of the United States. Okay.
His running mate's going to be none other than Long Island's own Lee Zeldin.
I'm sure.
Oh, wow.
And so Glenn is already
Trudeau 2024.
Glenn is already getting ready to go to the polls in 2 years and hit that ticket.
I think Carrie Lake's going to be his running mate.
Durain says there's a new law in Canada, and if you aren't Canadian, you can't buy residential real estate in Canada for the next 2 years. It's ridiculous.
Why? I haven't heard of that.
Wow.
We actually, you guys had roughly 750,000 immigrants that you let into the country legally this last year, and normally we're running around half that.
Right.
And we actually are almost equal to what you guys are doing this last year. We've just opened up. It was like crazy, and it shows. Trust me, because I've never seen.
So you guys still have time to purchase your Canadian real estate.
Correct.
After January 1st, 2023, it's going to be illegal for any non-Canadian to purchase residential property anywhere.
Wow. Except that it's really easy to become a resident here, so it's not a big deal.
Easy to become a resident. Now, what do you have to know? Like 3 facts. How to sing "Oh Canada."
You have to know what a loonie is.
And you need to know what a loonie is?
Yeah. And depending which part of the Canada you're moving to, you might have to know how to say the slang Canadian word, but that's only East Coast, just so you know. Everything's That's right. That's actually East Coast, not West Coast.
Okay, let me ask all you guys this, except for Dave, because he will have no idea what I'm talking about.
You can still ask him.
SNL or SCTV? Which was your favorite?
I would have to say it was SNL by default, because SCTV was not run frequently until I think a couple of years later, and it wasn't as accessible. So I didn't get into it till later.
Charlie?
Oh, hands down, not SNL.
Yeah.
Like, look at all the greats that came out of it. Like you guys,
totally.
got all our
without a doubt.
Show. And
they were my favorite is SCTV because we did have it from the beginning.
Yeah.
Every Saturday night. And I look forward to that opening with all the televisions getting thrown out of the apartment building.
Yeah, correct. And actually, now you mentioned Dave looks like Doug and Bob McKenzie.
That's right. I was going to say the McKenzie brothers. Hey.
All I get to start doing is going cuckoo, 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 cuckoo.
So obviously you guys know this is the next question. What is SCTV?
It's the Canadian version of Saturday Night Live, but it wasn't live. It was pre-recorded. It was a lot of skits, and the conceit of the show was that it took place at a cable TV station or something like that, and it featured
Toronto.
It featured like the staff of the station, and then all the different programs and stuff that were on the
sounds like Mad TV
commercials and stuff.
I mean, John Candy, Joe Flaherty, Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara, Martin Short. I mean, it just goes on and on.
Yeah,
and what was Martin Short's character? He brought it over to FNL. Yeah, and it was like John Candy was teasing him in one episode. Here's your pet goldfish, Moby, on a cracker. It was outrageous. It was
a good show.
It was a great show.
I think because it was kind of probably lower budget for sure.
Oh yeah, no budget.
Some of the skits they did were just hilarious. Yeah. The Dracula guy, which was Eugene Levy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yes, correct.
And
wait, I think you are mistaken. I think it was Joe Flaherty.
It was Joe.
Okay, I was close.
He was one of the two taller white guys. Yeah.
Speaking of Eugene Levy, have you guys ever watched Schitt's Creek?
Yes, I have.
That show.
Also, Catherine O'Hara is on that from SCTV.
Correct. That's right, because those two were out of the
SCTV.
SCTV. So, anyways, that's very SCTV humor when you watch Schitt's Creek, by the way, or whatever it's called. Yeah, it's hilarious. If you haven't watched it, you should.
Yeah,
there you go.
On Netflix, if I'm not mistaken.
David's.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Dave.
It is on Netflix. Yes, me and my wife watched the entire series on Netflix. I'm late to some game. Mickey, what game am I late to?
I think they're free.
Are you saying I was born late to SCTV? Blame my parents.
That's a good point.
What are you doing for the rest of your time in Vegas?
Well, I'm leaving tomorrow. Tonight I'm gonna go check out the Enchant just to go see what that's like. And
But you ride the loop at night to experience it.
Well, I rode the loop today.
I know.
As a matter of fact, thanks to Shannon McCallum, VP of Operations over here. We were hanging out with her this morning, talking shop, and she's like, "You should try the loop." I'm like, "Every time I'm here, it's closed." She goes, "It's open now." So we walked over there, and we went down there, and we got on it, and we just really went for a ride, just there and back. So that was a whole lot of fun, but. Honestly, it's more like the name of the company that dug the hole. Boring company.
Does it have a live Twitter feed in the cars?
No.
Well, yeah, it was banned, the Twitter feed over there.
Uh,
It was too dirty.
Yeah. Going through the tunnel was pretty cool. I shot a video of it, as a matter of fact. I'll have to get that thing. I'll have to get that thing posted. But they're building a second tunnel right now. It's mostly the tunnel's dug, but it's like connecting stuff. So right now it's like you go there and you come back, but soon the whole thing's going to be a loop. So it'll be
it's a loop, and it's called the.
Well, right now it's the Vegas line. The loop part is. TV.
I think a Vegas line.
The look on your face, David, was priceless.
Yeah.
So this is like a train underground. Is that what it is?
No, you get in
That's the subway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
the Tesla goes from the North Road to the Vegas
Convention Center to a couple of few places on the Convention Center, and they're going to be building additional ones.
You drive them, or are they automated?
They are going to be automated, but right now there's drivers in them.
Oh, okay.
But you don't drive, but the guests don't drive.
No, it's like a cab, but you don't actually pay or tip or anything like that. You pay to get in. It's like $3 or $3.50 for the whole day or something like that, and you can just go back and forth. Huh. People are finding it really super convenient for the convention center because it's so quick to get over there. Now that a lot of people they're picking up Boku business over here from people that want to go over there and just go back and forth on the loop. It's pretty cool.
Speaking of videos, Craig, didn't you have a video you wanted to share?
Yeah, let's key that up, David. Except, David, that was the wrong one.
Yeah, it's Friday. It's not Thursday now. And where'd they go? Where'd the other guys go?
I don't know. I think we lost them
back. I don't know what happened here. Sorry, Dave. I'm bringing you in. I'm bringing you in. Sorry. Off.
It's off. That's the one you sent me, Craig.
No.
Yes.
That's the one. Not the one from yesterday.
Hold on a second. It's
got a different logo on it.
So it was the Thursday one like the old pilot, and now Fridays is the new one?
No, we do something called 3-Minute Thursdays where Craig and I opine on a particular issue for 3 minutes.
We pick one topic and we're solving the world's problems one conversation at a time within 3 minutes.
Within 3 minutes. That's definitely solvable.
Yep, for sure. Dave, any luck?
David?
Yes. I mean, I don't know. Now, I don't know. I have like several videos. I thought this was the one. That was the one.
All right. Well, I guess we're going to have to save it till next week. Meanwhile, maybe we...
It's Monday.
What's that?
I sent it to him on Monday at 11:53 or 55. I don't have my glasses on.
Listen to what happens when you send me 9,000 videos.
If I had known this was a video popular show, I would have actually sent you a couple things myself.
Good. Dave loves that.
Dave's trying to get the video. Why don't you guys do whatever you're doing next? I know what's coming next.
Well, I think what's coming next is Charlie Aiken. It's time for Plug-a-Palooza. You get to plug anything, but as a man of leisure, a man of Saturdays, I don't know what you got to plug, but go for it anyway.
Well, yeah, I'll plug my band.
Yeah, that's perfect.
RH2rocks.com.
Awesome. What do you play? Guitar.
The guitar, yeah.
Very good lead guitarist, by the way.
Well,
yeah.
Thank you. That was very kind.
Quick story. We were at an event in Santa Monica, and most guitar players, in my humble opinion, you can put into one of two categories: quick and choppy or fast and sloppy. And Charlie went up to jam with this band, and the guitarist in the band ran it, and he was the rare combination of being fast and choppy and quick and sloppy all at the same time. He was horrible. And Charlie was trying to get a couple of licks in and playing really well, and this guy just kept stepping all over him. And then Charlie finally said, "Thank you, bye." and he and I were talking. I go, "God, that guy's horrible." The tone of his guitar was off, and his volume was deafening in a small Santa Monica eatery.
Yeah, I also remember the time at the Arizona lodging conference that I used to go to with you all the time.
You lodging up on stage, yeah.
Yeah, I jumped on there and actually won that competition a couple of years in a row. So
nice.
Yeah,
awesome.
They used to have the piano in the lounge, so afterwards I jump on the piano, and then one year they locked the damn piano up and wouldn't let me back on the things.
Because you're too damn good. It's lucky you weren't competing against me for singing. My voice is like an angel.
Yeah, I think it was the Union definitely was the player, because we tried to get on the walk and they would not.
That's hysterical. Craig, what do you got to plug, my friend?
Hey, 3-Minute Thursdays, Glenn and I, one topic, 3 minutes, solving the world's problems, entertaining and educational. Then we've also got Click Connect dropping Tuesdays and Thursdays. This part of the season for this year is almost over. We've recorded a couple of more shows, and then producer Danny and I are going to take a break. And then March 1st and 2nd, 2023, the 6th Annual California Lodging Investment Conference. Yay! Tickets are on sale now. Room reservations, details, and our Deal of the Year submission form all at cliconference.com. So hurry up. Price and tickets are going to go up soon. So get registered.
Excellent. Dave, you got anything to plug?
I'm going to plug Craig's video. Maybe. This is probably one. So bye.
Hello, California Craig here. Let's go check out the construction on Glenn Hausman's new winter residence.
Well, look at this. Glenn Hausman's winter abode on Collins Island. Looks like he's got 2 roof decks. See, Glenn's already got his boats delivered. There's 2 roof decks off the studio on the 3rd floor. Wow, that's going to be something. So, Glenn, 2 roof decks off your studio and an amazing view. Good for you.
I want to go ahead and thank the government of Qatar for getting me that home in exchange for my vote to allow them to have the World Cup.
Hey, I love the roof decks off your studio. God knows it should have been a master bedroom, but no, we're putting a studio in here.
That would be freaking great. I wish I had a, you know.
But you didn't leave me the keys to your 2 boats. Come on, dude. What's up with that?
Where's this located, Glenn?
In my fantasies, I think.
Oh,
that is the Houseman Pool House, Clubhouse, Smokehouse,
I wish.
Dispensary 2.0.
Yeah.
West
Yeah,
Coast.
maybe if people come and spend a lot of wattage, a lot of cash at my home, I'll be able to get a winter home one day. Whatever. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Watch No Vacancy live 3 days a week at noon East Coast time. I would also like to plug the amazing nap I'm about to take. So yay on that. And we'll see you back here next week. I think, right, Craig? We'll be back here.
Yeah, we're back next week.
Yeah, awesome.
We are. But
Is our guest going to be Bruce?
Wait a minute. Let's not end
Calvin or CJ?
Okay, so the 30th is our end of the year extravaganza. We're going to have multiple guests. Everybody join us. We're all going to have a big kumbaya moment. And who knows what's going to happen.
We're going to have to work that out. I'm going to have to do that from my phone because I got a fish show that night at Madison Square Garden. So we'll figure it out.
I'll just come do it from here.
Yes. Good, but I don't want to have all my gear and stuff like that. And you're selling out at $20 million a night room, so I can't stay there either. So
No. You just come. We'll just bring a second computer. You don't have to have all your gear for one show.
yeah. All right. That sounds good. All right. Let's get out of here. I got to get out of here because I got to open up this bar and start making money. See you guys later. Have a great Friday night. Charlie, stick around. Bye. See you guys later.
Hey, no talking over the